Yeah.
How close is Pickering to Hamilton?
I'd say about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Although with traffic on the 401, a lot.
Yeah, okay.
What, is Hamilton a special place for you?
Yeah, no. I don't like Hamilton.
What did you like?
People in Hamilton, I don't know what it was. Like Hamilton was always full, the arena.
Yeah, Cops Coliseum.
But they were always so miserable. They were absolutely miserable.
With great respect to Hamilton, there's not a lot to do there.
Well, I know, so you would think they would be excited to come to the wrestling, and they would come to the wrestling, but they were like, they were. I think they were the epitome of the heel crowd before heel crowds were popular.
There's something about Canada that would always, especially Montreal and Toronto, that would be the heel crowd.
Yeah. Well, Hamilton took it to a whole nother level. They were pissed off to be there.
I hate that these guys have come into town
Why
and
do
want
they
to bring
come?
enjoyment
Why do they
to
take
us.
my money? Why do they make me come to this show?
Why are they entertaining me?
Yes, I hate the fact that they're
The only time they cheer is like when you botched up something, or and then they were like, "Yeah, you effed up, you effed up." I was like, God, I hate this place.
Is that chant really annoying? Huh? The UF up chant, is that the worst chant?
I hadn't heard it that often. No. I mean, I remember. Go ahead. Ask me.
No, please.
I thought you were going to ask me the spot that
I was going to ask something different, but I want to hear what you were going to say.
I thought you were going to ask, like,
well, let's hear it.
What have you effed up?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've effed up a lot of them, but where it really looked like a super botch. It was early on. Bruce Pritchard was still He was still my manager, Brother Love, and I was doing old school, and whoever had wrestled before me must have had a ton of oil on, right? So I'm walking on the top rope, and I put my right foot down, and it just goes, it slides down, and I fall, I nut myself. And it's TV, and of course, when you're young and you're getting a little bit of a push, you're enraged instantly. You're just enraged and embarrassed. And I remember trying to play it, and you try to play it off, and you can't because people are laughing and everything else. And especially with that character, it was like, because that character didn't make mistakes, right? It was just a killer. And so I'm trying to gather myself, and Bruce runs around to me real quick. And he goes, "Do it again." And I'm like, F you, I ain't doing it again. He goes, "Do it again. They'll cut it in post. It'll look great." And that was like the first time that I knew the magic of WWE TV. So anyway, I get in there, I create a spot, put myself in the exact same place that we were. I did it again. Boom. Do old school. Watch it when it comes out on Superstars or whatever it was. It was perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
And nobody knew.
No one knew.
Wow.
Other than the people that were there. But I was
you effed up.
Yeah.
You effed up.
Yeah.
Were you getting those chants that night?
Well, it
wasn't that an ECW thing?
Yeah, I think it started with ECW.
Yeah.
It was more of just a kind of an all-out laughter and like and ooh. Yeah, it was extremely embarrassing. But yeah, later on the you effed up chant started, and it was,
is "This is awesome" the best chant? Like, is that like that? Ooh,
oh,
okay, we're doing something right here.
Yeah.
So here's my problem with "This is awesome." It's starting to get
overdone,
overused.
But the crowd wants to put themselves over. I
think that's what it is too. I think the crowd, the crowd wants to chant it, and I think even in matches that I'm watching and I'm going, it's a good match.
Yeah.
But this isn't awesome. I mean, I've seen awesome, and this isn't.
You're having a battle with it. This is not awesome.
Yeah, like
you want to see awesome.
Yeah, like
I'm a Starcade.
oh man, let me tell you,
they should be chanting, "This is the best match of the night," because that's what they really mean.
Yes, and I mean, I think that's what they're really mean. But I think that now it's like they want that moment as well, and I'm like, this. we're 2 minutes into the match.
Yeah.
And someone just did an elbow off the top rope. This isn't awesome yet. Like we haven't gotten there.
It's like kicking out of finishes. Like it used to be, that used to be very judicious.
Yeah.
And now it's like every match on every show, everybody kicks out everybody's finishes, and
4 times
at least. Yeah.
It feels like it's starting to get a little overdone with that part, and everything's just, and like you said, I think it's just the fans wanting to get maybe.
I appreciate that "This is awesome" chant when there's the stare down of like these guys have never touched before.
Right.
Like I was at WrestleMania 18. You had a great match there. Imagine, well, I don't know. Rock Hogan with a "This is awesome" chant wouldn't have been nearly as good as the moment we got there.
Yeah.
The moment of just them looking at each other.
Yeah. I think there's
looking
sometimes where even like the fans need to understand when to not chant sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's even a moment of like, just soak this in for a second, like we got with Hogan and Rock. You know? Like just
that was
soak
cool.
in.
That was a really cool moment.
Yeah, so soak that in for a minute. You don't have to chant. Give it a minute.
Yeah,
and enjoy this moment that you're looking at and you're getting to see here. But then also what they did with, being able to the going back and forth cheering for Hogan and all that stuff. I mean, that was a pretty cool. That was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah. We do the same thing with young talent, teaching them how to soak up a moment like that.
Yeah,
because your instincts a lot of times are, oh man, they're excited, they're coming, let's go. Take a breath, soak it in, and enjoy this, because it should be easy now, but they was like,
I think Cody's doing a good job of that right now. Cody's doing a good job of that and allowing he's taking a moment before. It seems like every match and stuff. And
who else is doing it a lot is John Cena. When Cena comes out now, there's like this look of appreciation on his face. He comes out, he like looks at the crowd like he really takes in the moment now, because he knows there's only a handful of them left.
Yeah.
Did you do that too? I mean, during those last handful of years, was it, let me take an extra minute here.
Yeah. There was always a moment I took before I went out, did a little prayer, just asking, let me get through one more, and then taking a little bit longer on my entrances, and the way the Undertaker would, but just kind of soak it in and like, man, this could be it. This, kind of a deal.
Was it backstage for those matches, towards the end of your career? Was it kind of unspoken maybe of everything's on a time crunch, of course, for television? Was it more, were they looking at you just saying, if he wants to take an extra 5 minutes, he's allowed to take an extra 5 minutes?
It wasn't. Yeah. Well, I had that for a while. I try not to abuse that, but I think most of your top guys, if they feel like they need a few extra minutes, that it's worth it.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But especially for me at the end, it was making sure that I got my flowers and stuff like that on the end. But
and to do something for the fans too. Especially with your entrances and exiting the ring as well. I think those two moments are very special for fans, especially for you. What you did in the ring was amazing, but I think that a lot of times your entrances were always over the top, right? And it was always just very special. And when the lights would go out, there's no other moment like that. Were you having those thoughts going into those matches, like, I need to make this entrance the best entrance I've ever done before, like for the fans?
No, not that it needed to be the best, but it needed to be what they expected.
Yeah.
I didn't want to cut anything short, or didn't, because at the end, especially with my health and everything, I was really cognizant of how I was feeling, and making sure, like, all right, my walk needs to be at this pace. I need to make sure that I'm doing this the right way, and not trying to hurry up and get down to the ring, or take too long, or if I'm limping too much, or whatever. It was more making sure that they were getting the Undertaker that they were expecting to see. So,
yeah. So that appreciation part, yeah, that's something like you said with John Cena and everything. It's
yeah,
like,
you can see it. You can see it with John.
Yeah.
He's definitely soaking it in because he knows. He knows, like.
You think he gets another title run?
I think that probably depends on him, whether he has the time.
Yeah.
He obviously deserves it, but I think I think it basically just depends on him.
But I don't think he's going to do it if he can't go full time.
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. No,
he doesn't seem like the type of guy that would do that.
Yeah.
I mean, he could do a Roman Reigns type of thing where he wrestles only at the premium live events, things like that. But I mean, I couldn't see.
He could do like what The Rock did, 3-4 months where he's showing up every week.
Yeah,
could take that kind of break.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's put a lot into it, and I think whatever he wants to do, I think.
Yeah, but I think he also just loves the business enough and has enough respect for the business that he's going to do the right thing by the business, right?
Mm-hmm. They're announcing him as the greatest of all time. Are you going, guys? Come on.
I don't care about that.
We all know it's Ric Flair.
Did you hear that?